In today's gospel, it states, "You also must be ready for the Son of God, for the Son of Man is coming at an unexpected hour." Peter asks the Lord if he is telling this parable for them, the disciples, or for everyone. I often wonder about that gospel reading. I often think, would it be good to know our time is coming, or is it better to not know? I remember when my grandfather was dying in the hospital quite a few years ago from cancer. We knew his day was coming and we got to spend many hours with him. There's a friend of mine who was also having, she had lost somebody very close to her in a house fire. And we discussed, is it better to know or not to know? And at the time I thought it was so good to know because I got to tell my grandfather I loved him. And I remember clearly him telling me that he loved me too. And my friend never got that opportunity just before she lost her family member. I think about the gospel as a reminder to survivors to be prepared to lose your loved ones. You treat them with love, respect, and always know that life can change at any moment. More recently, my mother developed dementia, and there were some very frustrating times, and I was reminded by my priest, Father Al, to treat her with love and respect, and that things would be easier. And wow, what a difference that made. It really did. I really encourage anybody that's going through that to remember that. I would often go in and just give my mom a big hug and tell her I loved her. And things just seemed so much easier after that. Our faith in God gets us through so many situations. When we pray and remember that God is walking with us, we can get through anything, the good times and the bad times. In another way, this gospel reminds us that we ourselves must be ready. Do we live our life with a clear conscience that if and when our time comes, we are ready? I think it is easier to prepare ourselves if we know our situation and we know that we are dying. Maybe we have cancer or some other life-threatening illness. It gives us time to really put our affairs in order, tell our loved ones that we do love them, and just be more prepared maybe. But if something happens unexpectedly, then I would like to know that I've lived my life clear and I have no regrets, and I'm ready to face God when my time comes. And then I also would like to know that my family will know that I'm resting peacefully with God by my side. We can't judge others to know if they are ready. All we can do is trust that yes, they are or they were. But we can prepare ourselves to know that we will be ready. At times, life can be challenging, and how we face those challenges can also be challenging. Do we keep God and our faith in the forefront of our minds, or do we regret and say or do things that we really don't mean? Are our lamps lit, waiting for our Master? I pray that mine is.